I would rather face classism abroad than racism in America. If you're black right now, you just have to pick a struggle. It took me a few weeks to understand exactly what I want to say about this particular topic because it's kind of triggering and shocking. And I felt a lot of disappointment when I finally realized what this feeling is. And it wasn't exactly direct, blatant racism, it was its cousin, classism. Disclaimer: this is my experience in Brazil. I know that other people experience this, especially if you are a black person in Brazil, but I'm just going to go ahead and speak from my own personal. So, we've been in Brazil for almost 90 days. It's time for us to renew our visa. And when deciding if I was going to stay another 90 days in Brazil, I did have to address this issue of classism here. This is going to be hard to hear for some people. I know for me, it was extremely jarring and weird just to realize that you may not experience racism in certain areas, but you probably will experience colorism. Colorism is something that happens all over the world. And I want to say this, I do have hope that I'm incorrect, but it's something that you will not escape here on Earth. A world where you face classism can, in some cases, feel a lot safer than direct racism. Let's talk about why. And at the end of this video, I'm going to invite you to access the Moving Abroad Toolkit, where you will answer the two most important questions when moving abroad, which is when can I go and how much will it cost me? The link is always in the description. First, I'll give you a few seconds to like, share, or subscribe to my channel. My name is Mackenzie, and I help women with families move abroad or travel full time. My channel is about creating legacy through freedom and time location. So, this isn't about running away from my problems. It's about changing the type of problem you face, up leveling your problems, so to speak. I'm going to share my personal experience and explain the difference between a struggle you can control and a struggle that controls you. If you're ready to start building your own blueprint for if you're ready to start building your own blueprint for peace, get my free Moving Abroad workbook. It's the first step to turning your dreams into reality. The workbook is over 90 pages long and it's full of questions that you will, in fact, have to consider when moving abroad. And it's completely free for now. In America, racism is a systemic and inescapable force. It's not just a bad day or a poor interaction, it's a constant background noise that threatens your mental, emotional, and physical health. It's a fight against a system that can make you feel unsafe, unseen, and unheard simply because of the color of your skin. The daily microaggressions and the exhaustion of constantly having to be on guard, the feeling that you can't truly be yourself, this is a fight you can't just earn your way out of. You can achieve success, but racism is always there, an immutable part of the struggle. And this is kind of how I would describe it. Racism and classism are kind of on the reverse. In America, you can be as rich as you want and you're still going to face racism where people don't like you because of the color of your skin. Whereas with classism, you can earn more money to gain respect. It just so happens that a lot of the people that are in lower classes are brown people. That's the issue here, right? So with classism, sometimes I would get looks like, oh, what are you doing here? You know, if you're American, you're a black person, you know exactly what look I'm talking about. You know exactly what feeling, what vibe I'm talking about. Look, Ferris, another one of those yellow birds. You know what I mean when I say this. So for me, it took me maybe 2 weeks to really identify what the looks and feelings really were because it wasn't necessarily racism where the looks were nasty. The looks were kind of pretentious and confused. With being in Brazil, I have now transferred from straight up racism to straight up classism. When I moved abroad, the struggle didn't disappear, but it transformed. The primary barrier I faced was no longer racism, it was its little cousin, classism. Classism is a struggle related to your income, your language skills, and or your perceived place in society. The key difference is that these are not immutable qualities. You can get a better paying job, you can learn the language, and you can improve your social skills over time. So that is really the difference. You can up level yourself in class, whereas racism, it doesn't matter where you are in the class system, you are still facing struggle based on what you look like. This is where the real power of geo arbitrage comes in. I was able to use the income from my skills in a stronger economy to navigate the changes of a new environment. My money and my work ethic becomes my primary tool for navigating a new world. Okay, I can learn the language. I may already have the money, and I just need to place myself in environments that reflect who I am. I know for me, I had to overcome this feeling by channeling my inner American, which is that I don't give a mentality. I needed to use that in order to survive here because the looks can be weird, and also because I am American, I'm obviously not from here. People are really like wondering where. Now, it's not like everywhere I go, and it's not everyone in the room. It's just certain people are like literally staring you down, literally racking their brains to try and figure out where you come from and how you got here. So I feel like 50% is where I come from. How did I get here? The other 50% is why are you here? Let's talk about why this is another devil you know situation when moving abroad. It feels a bit safer and it feels more peaceful because I know that I'm not necessarily affected by certain things because I have money, because I can put myself in other environments. Whereas in America, you can get gunned down in Atlanta, you can get gunned down in New York City, you can get gunned down anywhere based on the color of your skin. The struggle of classism, while real, it feels different because it gives you a sense of agency. You are no longer fighting against who you are, and you're not working against circumstances that you can't change. You can change your language class. You can find a community and you can budget your money in order to thrive in different environments peacefully without a monkey on your back or you worrying about certain things. The mental and emotional space I gained was the most valuable thing. My mental energy was no longer being drained by a constant, unescapable struggle. Instead, I can dedicate that energy to building legacy, to focusing on my creativity, and to creating my new life. So, moving abroad isn't about escaping all of life's problems. It's about being brave enough to choose the type of problems you want to solve. It's about changing your struggle from a fight for your peace to a journey to find more of it. So now I want to invite you to Solutions for Moving Abroad, which is my 8-week intensive. It is for people that want to go fast, people that know where they want to go, but don't exactly know how to get there or how long it will take. The intensive includes the Moving Abroad Toolkit, which has the financial calculator for moving abroad. It also entails the timeline generator. It has the moving abroad checklist with every question you can imagine and how to research and solve on your own. And also, the checklist, which encompasses everything you would need to define for your move abroad. This includes visas, accommodations, homeschooling your children, and healthcare, plus so many more things. So with the 8-week intensive, we will meet up once every week to get those questions answered, to help each other weigh in on deciding factors for your move, and just discuss mindset shifts that you will need to have in order to move abroad. Because moving abroad isn't just about choosing a new location to live. You have to work through a lot of your struggles, confusions, and mental conflicts when moving abroad in order to feel confident and safe to do so. All of this we are going to be doing once a week on Sundays in a mastermind group with other like-minded individuals who are moving abroad as well. This is super exciting. All of my work, each and every last ebook, workbook, app, is a collective of the last 12 months of work I have been doing in order to move abroad. Link is always in the bio. See you on the other side.